Hello. Hi, everybody. I need to find some. Konbanwa. Hello. Thank you for joining me over here. Thank you. It's so strange to have the screen sideways. I really am not used to it. Please let me just adjust a little bit. Ooh, it's so strange. It's so strange. You can only see like the top of my shoulders, I think, and I have like something coming out at the top of my head. Okay. Oh, but it seems to be fine. Okay, so I have my cake here. Cakey. So I'm going to check comments from my phone down here. Thank you so much. Konbanwa. I got a nice comment. Happy birthday, Jess. Thank you so much. And so I'm going to have some of the cake. The angle of the camera is not very good, is it? Apologies for that. I'm going to put it down a little bit lower and then sit back, if that's okay. Anyway, let's have a look. Hello. Hi, Gun Samurai, Matt-san. ありがとうございます。誕生日おめでとう。Look! ケーキだ。So I went out for dinner just now and I've come back. Thank you for joining me on Instagram. Wow, this is good, bro. Check this out. I'm just like going for it right in the middle, man. This is really nice. And I can't play music because, you know, you'll get copyright strike. It's really good. If I try to upload the photo later, I'll probably get copyright strike. Jim-san, hi. You missed the IG. I think I answered your question over there. But thank you for joining me here. It feels so strange to be sideways. I like this way better because then I can fit, you know, more in, if you know what I mean. It's difficult to explain. Anyway, so I'm just gonna pour myself another drink because why not? You know, it's Sunday night. It's not like I have to go and practice in the morning or work or anything like that, which I do. I have a really big thing coming up. My Patreons know about it. On Wednesday, I have to wear kimono and I have to get up on stage. It's going to be very fun and very exciting. So, in today's live, we have another comment here. Let's have a look. Waipan-san, ありがとうございます。YouTube 来たね。どうもありがとうございます。Yeah. Oh, the video is sideways? The video is sideways. Oh, so I should put it this way. ちょっと待って. Hold on a sec. Am I supposed to be going live in portrait? The video is sideways. I'm sorry. But isn't this YouTube? Isn't YouTube sideways normally? Okay, I'm gonna put it this way. Sorry, guys. As you can tell, I'm not used to doing YouTube live. Are they? I know that Insta is this way. Are they? Okay, I guess it's gonna upload it in portrait format. Isn't that weird though? Man, I have no idea. The last time I did a YouTube live, I did it landscape. And it showed up landscape. So this is okay, right? This is so strange. Anyway, so I have two things that I want to talk about. Please tell me if I'm not up the right way. I have a few books here. And one is a book that a Patreon has sent me, this one here. It's from Jim-san. And this book is the one that I really want to show everybody. What dan do you have in kyudo and how much time was it in between them? I'm third dan and it didn't take very long. It was about 6 months in between each. But 6 months to 9 months, but we had COVID in between. So for me, the in between second and third dan, for a long time the dojo was shut. So yeah, it's sort of an abnormal, the time difference was a bit abnormal, so I can't really give a standard amount of time, but usually every 6 months you can try. You can do grading. Yeah. It's from a phone the same. So the default setting. Yeah, but like last time I did it from my phone and it was sideways, like landscape. And it worked out okay. So this is weird. This is like the first time I think the settings are different. Happy birthday. Thank you. Resuming from Instagram. Thank you for joining me over here. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I have a computer now, so hopefully I can make more content. Anyway, this book, I'll post about it on my Instagram stories. I'll post a link to Amazon. The thing is that it's all in it's all in Japanese. However, the cool thing about this book, so I found this book the other day. It has so many illustrations. So if you can imagine an encyclopedia, you can see the size of it. It's not very big, right? But it's quite thick, and it's in black and white. So it has everything from all the names of all the different types of pieces that they use in Japanese carpentry, and all the names for different type of hoki, which are different brushes and cleaning equipment. And it's so cool. Like, I really love Japanese roofs and like all the different parts of Japanese roofs. So all these different names for them and the different pictures of them. So this is an encyclopedia of all things Japanese, basically. Things like, I know you guys will love this, all the names of different mon, so kamon, so family crests, and different types of obi and kimono. So it's kind of like everything that you can think of. And this is so cool. This is like men's chonmage. Different names for different chonmage styles. Like, this is so amazing. I didn't realize there was so much variety. Let me put it a bit closer. So much variety for so many different types of styles. So they all have the names here. The thing is that it's in Japanese. However, there's so much information packed inside of here. So if you have like Google Translate, you know, you can take a photo and figure out what the names are. And then we have Nihongami, which I thought was so beautiful. All the different types of Nihongami. So Nihongami is Japanese hairstyles. There's a couple of pages of Japanese hairstyles. And then one that I really, really love, which is different types of traditional clothing. So we have hakama, different types of hakama, and I can see shitatare up here. So I've introduced shitatare on my Instagram account. There's just like everything you can think of. It's super insane. There's just like everything you can think of here, detailed with all the words, all the different names for everything relating to Japanese industry, martial arts, all the different parts of horse and horse tack, all have, like, it's so cool. It's just like a little mini encyclopedia of everything Japanese. So if you do like Japanese culture and you are okay with doing like a translate with Google Translate, then I think it could be really cool. All the different sumo techniques, which I thought was so interesting. So this is a book that I got the other day off Amazon, and it wasn't very expensive. It says 2,500 yen, which is 2,500 yen, but it wasn't that much. I got it used, so I think it was about half the price. So maybe $10 US, and yeah, it was really, really cool. So I'll put this one up on my story with a link to the to Amazon. Let me just check through some of these. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Well, back to normal. Okay. Could you provide the... Yes. So Hunter-san, I will put this... There's a second edition as well, second volume. So I'll put this one up on my Instagram, and that will go to Facebook as well. So if you're looking at my Facebook story or my Instagram story, then I'll put a link to Amazon here. If you don't see that, or if I forget, which is highly possible, please just send me a message and I'll shoot you the link to Amazon. And then let me see. We have this one here. So this is Nihon no Buki Kachu. So this is just about, sorry, a ring light, Japanese weapons and armor. But as you can see here, the illustration is quite cute. It's quite nice. And this one is all in Japanese. And one thing actually that I've been trying to find more information on, and I have a couple of books that have information, is a Japanese crossbow. Japanese crossbow, many people ask me about it, and it's not used in Japan at the moment, but like Jomon period, so very early on. Not Jomon period, after the Jomon period, but very early on, it was used for a short period of time and then sort of phased out because it wasn't effective. But when we look in some books, this one, for example, has a crossbow. So it's really difficult to find crossbows in museums here in Japan. I'm trying to find like a living example, like something that I can go and visit and take a photo of, because a lot of people want to know. You've got one in Matsumoto, very nice. Okay, so is it made of wood or is it made of bamboo? So there are different types, and as far as I know, they were not made of wood. So this is kind of interesting, and I think depending on the period, the time period, the material that they were made out of might change. So I wonder, the one that's, I send you a picture? Okay, thanks. I'll send you a picture in August. Okay. Wood, ne? Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. So I hear different information from different people about what it's made out of, and like how it's constructed, because people want to do a reconstruction of it. So I have several photos and I have several books, and I'd like to do a post on the crossbow, because first of all, why did it get phased out? Like, why is nobody using it? Obviously it was cumbersome and difficult to load, and the Yumi was easier on horseback, I would say. So yeah, I'm just kind of interested in it, and people would like to know how it compares to other countries' crossbows. And a crossbow is something that I really don't have much. I've never shot one, so I don't have much sort of experience with them at all. However, it's something that I'm researching at the moment. So anyway, back to this book. And here is the crossbow. Interesting. Yeah, the range is longer than a Yumi, is what it says. It's got written here. So it has better range than a Yumi. But yeah, this is something that I will put a post up on Patreon about it once I find information. But anyway, so this book is nice because it goes through each period. And for example, this is the Heian period. And it goes through with the different types of armor and weapons that they used, and all the different names for the different weapons and the different armor. And Yumi, as some people will know, they changed over the course of time from the Maruki Yumi, which is just made of one piece of wood, to being, made with higo and take, which is wood that goes in the center, and take, which is bamboo on the outside. But I really like this. So this is a Heian period weapon. And actually, Eric Shahan, who writes all the books. Let's find my books. My bookcase is right behind. So Eric-san translates these kind of books here. And he posted on Twitter the other day about a weapon called kumade. And kuma is a bear, and te is a hand. So if you can imagine like a bear's hand, I don't know how well the camera is going to pick that up. But this is kumade, and as you can see, it's on a very, very long pole. And this is used in the Heian Jidai when, most of the combat was done on horse. So you have, obviously you're going to have foot soldiers, people on the ground, and they would use this. And let's get in a little bit closer here. It's like got a little claw on the end of it. So you're gonna hook people and grab them and drag them onto the ground, basically. So I was like, wow, this is like interesting and something that a pole arm, so a very long weapon that I've never seen before from the Heian Jidai, from the Heian period. So I thought that was really cool. And then I went to the Yoroi Cafe the other day. The poster's on my Instagram. And the owner, Andrew-san, actually had one, like a real one, an actual kumade. And I took a photo and I posted it up on Twitter. And he's like, oh, you can borrow it anytime you want. So I was like, what? How am I gonna get this thing? Like it's more than 2 meters long. How am I gonna get this home? Like, do I take it on the train? And he's like, why not? Yeah, it's super scary. It looks super scary, so I'd be a bit worried to take it on the train without some kind of like, covering or whatever. Anyway, it was a really interesting weapon. So this book is filled with lots of different things. We have uchine here. I love uchine, which is the throwing spear. Uchine is really versatile. I've done a whole video on uchine, and I really, really love it. And my uchine is here. This one, I took the string off, but yeah, it's just like a spear that you hold. Basically, it's like a baby spear. But lots of different countries have these, and we usually have the cord on the end, so we can bring it back, and we can tie it on the end of our yumi. Once the string breaks, tie it on the end of the yumi, and we can use the yumi as a spear. So there's lots of different cool and fun. Cool and fun is probably not the correct word to describe it. Really versatile and interesting ways to use it. I don't know why I'm saying cool and fun, but yeah. So this book is, personally, I really liked it. Of course, we have our ninja section with lots of shuriken, all the different types of shuriken. It's just I like that it goes through all different periods in history with the different matching, correct armor and the correct weapons. Because as you know, the tachi, the really long sword, was, my tachi is hidden away down here, so I can't get it out. The tachi was phased away eventually, and everybody started using uchigatana. So yeah, it's nice to have the correct armor with the correct weapons. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's helpful. Sometimes they get mixed up, but so you have one period's weapon, and this that they don't use that anymore, and it doesn't really match together with what they're wearing. But yeah, so this is quite a good reference for me to make sure that I have everything correct. But a patron bought this for me, so that was very kind. Thank you so much. And that is what we have so far. Let me have a look through some comments. You've got an arsenal of weapons. Not really. I wish I had more, to be honest. Might be useful in the hatake as well. Yes, I think I need to find that kumade that's at the Yoroi Cafe and bring it home and just like borrow it. I think next time I go horse riding, I try it on some people who are riding their horses. Okay, but in all seriousness, so I have a few different Yugake. So if you'd like to just have a look at some different Yugake, please stay on. The pace of this live is quite slow, so I'm kind of getting drunk here. So apologies for that. But it's my birthday, so whatever. I'm the boss. Okay. So over the course of the time that I've been doing kyudo, I've kind of got a bit of this friend, the finger is a little bit bent, have several Yugake, and I've posted about them on Instagram. I've taken photos and I've put them all together. But I'll just use this time as an opportunity to, we open up here, to just go through and have a little look. So I have a couple of really interesting ones that I would like to show you. So for some people, this is just going to be the boringest thing they've ever seen. If you don't do kyudo, to be honest, it may not be that interesting. Just I'm going to warn you in advance. So yeah, I mean, you can ask questions and I'll try to answer. You can ask totally not related stuff to what I'm talking about and I'll try to answer. Anyway, so this is the first Yugake I ever used. Does YouTube archive your recent lives? Yeah, so I hardly ever go live on YouTube. So yes, they archive my lives. But this one is it's portrait, so who knows how it's gonna be. It's like too long to be a short. So how is it? I don't know how it's gonna go. Anyway, so this is my first kake that I bought when I finished my the beginner's class for learning to do kyudo. And if you can see the hikai, it's quite hard. Here is quite hard, and the boshi, which is the thumb part, we hook the string in here. It's also really hard. So it's like a hard hikai, we call this hikai, and a hard boshi. So this was my first Yugake, and I had real problems to use this. So the hanare part, where you let go of the string, I really couldn't do it properly, and I was having kind of a bad time. It's your party. You can do whatever you like. Thank you, Johnson. It's my party. Yes, I'm gonna do whatever I like. So it says it's quite hard, and for a beginner, it can be tricky to get used to. So when I started at my dojo that I am at the moment, this is a glove that my teacher gave me, my sensei, and we can just compare. Actually, I should open up here. So this is just a standard Yugake. How much did it cost? Maybe 2,000 yen or 25,000, about 20,000 yen. So that's just an average price for a new one. So deer skin. Anyway, just we can have a look at. It's a little bit bendy. It's a little bit, but it's mostly hard. So if we go to this one that my teacher gave me, you can see here it's a lot different. So the hikai, the part that your wrist goes on, the hikai, it's very, very soft. And the boshi doesn't really start until the last part of the glove. So as far as I can tell, it's nice to have something a little bit less stiff so that you can get a feel for your hanare. Thank you, Elliot. You just got home. I'm like losing my voice now. I'm just going through my kake collection. I got a friend that practices a traditional style of kung fu. Trust me, what Jess has is nothing. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I can turn the camera around. It's a really big mess. How do I turn the camera around? Jeez, okay. So all my stuff is like hidden in there. And then it's just like not where you can see. So there's swords and things hidden in the back here. Anyway, so yeah. I guess compared to a kung fu person, maybe I don't have as much, but for someone that just does kyudo, I think I have a reasonable amount. However, yeah, I'd like more. And you can never have too many weapons because they're useful, They're useful. Anyway, so where was I? Okay, so This was the first kake that I had, and it's a little bit harder. And then the second kake, the one that my teacher gave me, was it's very, very soft. So the hikae is very soft. And the way of thinking for that is just that it'll be a little bit easier to shoot, and you'll be able to the usage of your wrist and your elbow is quite important, and it's still something that I'm learning about even now. And inside the thumb, I mentioned it's called boshi, and inside the thumb there's wood. So usually the wood is most of the way down. Sorry, I don't know if anybody can see. The wood is inside with the deer skin on top, and it supports. So this whole thumb is hard, and it supports us holding the string. You hook the string into here. There's a bit of a groove, and everybody's kake is different. They have different depths. Some people don't like it really deep, and this one is a little bit deep, so that's part of the reason why I was having a lot of trouble when I first started kyudo. So anyway, you have that boshi, the wooden part that goes on the thumb. There's a thing called waboshi or yawaraka boshi, which is no wood used at all. So I found this one, and it's so cool, and I got it super cheap, just from the recycle shop. So if we have a look at it, it's really, how can we say in Japanese, hade. It's very like gorgeous, right? It's not like this is the standard kyudo glove compared to a standard kyudo glove. It's quite like dressed up and beautiful, right? So we have a look. We'll put it a bit closer. It's got nice stitching, and obviously it's very used, but this one is yawaraka boshi, so the hikae here, it's quite hard. However, the boshi, this part, it's super soft, like it's got no wood in it. So the way of using this kake, there's the tsurumichi is very non-existent, basically. So I have fun figuring out how to use a waboshi, the different ways to, there's a different technique for hanare, and the way to hold on to the string, the way that the kake uses the tsuru, the string. So this is kind of cool. This is just, and it fits my hand perfectly. So I think I got it for about $20 or $30 US a couple of years ago. So it's just nice to have something a little bit different. And this is waboshi, so it's got no wood inside. And the last one I want to show you, it's so old that it's gone like rock hard. But this one also, it's quite like gorgeous, right? It's got sakura cherry blossom pattern here. And this one only has two, sorry, I took the cord off, but this one only has two, so it only has a thumb and an index finger. So I've been trying to find out what this one is for. So this is not an oshitegake, which is for your left hand. This is definitely for the tsuru and for your right hand for pulling. However, yeah, it's kind of interesting to know what it's for. My finger doesn't really fit inside. See, it's kind of cracked. All of the leather is very hard, and the stitching has come undone. But yeah, it's just interesting that it's only got two fingers. So I asked my teacher about it, and he said he wasn't really sure. Anyway, so yeah, the patterns and the colors are very beautiful, and Yugake in general, I really love it. Okay. Just as cuter. Sorry, let me check through the comments. Yes, I know. I just do kyudo. That's my main thing. I mean, compared to somebody who does kung fu with a lot of weapons, I can't really compare. But anyway, so the last thing before I go, I wanted to show everybody, and I will do a post on this. But people that do kyudo will know already. Yubukuro. So we put our bow into a bag. It's the length of our bow, right? And at the end, we have, this will go on the ground, something to protect the bow at the bottom. And then at the top, we will shut the bow bag. So bow bag is yubukuro. And we'll just wind our cord around. And then that's how we transport it. So when we put it in the car or we take it on the bus or in the train, we'll have a cover on it. And usually we take the string off if we're on public transport, because if the string breaks, it could cause havoc. So, I mean, if you have a car, there are some types of bow bags and bow wraps that allow for the string to be on while you're transporting it. But yeah, so we have yubukuro, and then the other one, I have it open right now, so it's in a bit of a mess. But this one is made from old kimono. So I thought this is so lovely. I found it on Mercari. I found it secondhand, and it was like 300 yen. So this is made from, the inside is the lining of the kimono. So this is yumaki. And what we'll do with yumaki, this is the top. So we'll put this on top of the bow and then wrap the fabric around all the way down to the bottom. So it's really nice. However, I'm not a yumaki person. So usually it's quite divided. Either you're a yubukuro person or a yumaki person. So if I do go to a really nice dojo or out somewhere, like if I'm shooting at Meiji Jingu, which is a very, very beautiful, the place where you have, Chuo Shinsa, which is a big grading for teachers and high levels, then I will use a yumaki because I'm kind of worried about appearances. Just going there with a bow bag that I got from the kyudo shop. It's nice to look beautiful when you go to a different dojo, because usually someone knows you or you know somebody there that you've never met before, but they've seen you somewhere. So it's nice to make a good first impression anyway. So the reason that I really like the bow bags is kind of, they have a historic meaning more than the yumaki. So the yumaki are kind of, how can we say, like heiwa no yumi means like peaceful yumi. So when the yumi was a weapon and bushi or samurai, they needed to get the yumi out, or they needed to transport it, the yubukuro was used. So this is something that I'll do a post on because I have so many different pictures of yubukuro. And when I went to go watch the Ogasawara Ryu Yabusame, there was this really beautiful procession with different bushi and different people in shitatare, and they were holding yumi, and they were in yubukuro. So special yubukuro. And they have a special meaning. The yumi means something quite special. So if you think about it, in times of war, to have the string attached already and have it ready to use and just inside a big bag where you can undo one loop and take it out and use it straight away is a lot more sort of efficient, and time management wise, it's a lot more efficient than having this thing that you need to like unwind slowly and beautifully, and it looks really nice. Like it's kind of functional. A yubukuro is functional compared to the yumaki, which was made supposedly from the Meiji Restoration. So when the bow sort of stopped from becoming a weapon to becoming more of the martial arts and kyudo practice that we know now, the yumaki became quite popular. So I think that's kind of interesting. Well, I'm a yubukuro sort of a person, and I'm interested in doing a bit more research on the yubukuro because it's the kind of thing that historically has been used, just because it's more efficient and you can get things out straight away and use the bow straight away in times of, basically times of war and in emergencies when you need to use it. So it's always nice for me to have sort of some historical roots or reason, and to be able to explain my reasoning for using a yubukuro. So it's something I'm always interested in researching, and I'm gathering photos little by little. I've got lots of photos from online, and then when I went the other day to see the Ogasawara Ryu Yabusame, yes, that was really good as well, and I could see up close the yubukuro that they use. And I got some really, really beautiful photos. So hopefully I'll be posting those. Anyway, that was my long talk about yumaki and yubukuro. But if you're interested in seeing a post about yumaki and yubukuro, I'll try to post about it. But it's the kind of like maniac specialist knowledge that only people doing kyudo would really be interested in, I think, to be honest. So I'm not sure how popular that sort of a post would be. But okay, here we go. Your explanation confused me a little. Do you mean that a strung bow can be used in the yubukuro? Yes. So the old school yubukuro, I'll post a photo to my story later on. They were like this wide, so it's going to be like strung. And if you look at processions, especially at the start of Yabusame or different processions for Bushi, they're holding the bows already strung inside the bow bag. So yeah, when I talked to my teacher about it, he just said basically, even if the bow is not strung, however, yeah, it would usually be strung. Even if the bow is not strung, the bow bag is basically easier to get off and get yourself organized to be able to shoot your bow. The yumaki was made during peacetime. So that's the big difference with them, supposedly. But yeah, the yubukuro, the big yubukuro that I'll post up later, you'll see it and you'll be like, oh, okay. And I guarantee you've seen it before. But they're really cool and really big. And then they look like a huge sausage. How can I say? At the top, they're like, all the material is like gathered around at the top. And well, not really a huge sausage, but like the shape of a banana, with the shape of a banana or a sausage, obviously a yumi. But the material has a special meaning depending on the ryuha. And yeah, the yumi that's inside is a particular yumi, depending on the ryuha, is what I found out. Anyway, the yubukuro is, I'll post up about it. Sorry to be confusing. Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, that's good. Anyway, everybody, the time has kind of gotten past, and I'm going to go to bed and then go to practice tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me on my YouTube Live. And YouTube Live is weird today, so it's like portrait format, which I'm not used to. But yeah, thank you for listening to my talk, and I will post up the information about this book. So this book, if you like everything related to Japan, it's very, very good. So it has everything related to everything, every word for everything that is in Japanese culture, pretty much. So I'll post that up on my story with the link to the Amazon, the purchasable link. And yubukuro, I'll find a picture for you, Elliot, because you'll be like, oh, I've seen it before. I bet you've seen it before. Anyway, I want to really try to make one because they're like old school. It's not like the one that we use. It's not like this skinny one. It's like way bigger. They're so cool. Anyway, yeah. So I want to try to make one and then carry my yumi like that with me when I'm wearing my. Actually, this one here. When I'm wearing my he doesn't have a hat. He doesn't have his kabuto. It's down here. Yeah, so I'm going to try to make a yubukuro, I hope, eventually. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and for joining me on my birthday live. Thank you so much. I'm just reading the comments down here on my phone. Anyway, I will post to Instagram after this with the follow-ups to the people that asked me questions, Elliot-san and Hanta-san. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye.